why, hello. Come in. You're getting cold out here. Come inside where it's nice, all warm and toasty. Oh, wait a minute, it's the summertime. Come in. It's really hot outside and humid and stuff. We got AC in here. We got air conditioning. Come inside. Please come. Please come inside. I won't bite. I won't hurt you or rape you or anything. I'm just going to tell you what I thought about this week's recent movie to be horrendously splattered across the silver screen. And I'm doing it this week with my latest special guest. And if you haven't noticed the pattern yet, the pattern of the running gag that I'm doing of the guests is there are supervillains. Because I am also a supervillain. And that's why the show is called Gravitalk. Because my supervillain name is Gravitalk. Okay, after all that unnecessary exposition, even though this is like my up-10th episode, please welcome Amanda Waller. Hello, welcome back, Amanda Waller. Welcome back to the program.
I'm only doing this now because as a favor to my boyfriend.
Oh yes, last week, the blob told me that you guys are dating. Oh, congratulations.
I knew that white motherfucker wouldn't keep his mouth shut.
Sorry. But let's we just put that behind us, and let's go on to this week's review.
Alright then. So let's get this shit over with.
Yes, we will get this shit over with. But let's first establish which movie we're watching. You're reviewing. And that movie in question is Maleficent.
I think it's pronounced Maleficent.
Maleficent. Do you know the villain lady from the Sleeping Beauty film?
Ah, yes. And you seem to get a hard on every time you talk about being a villain.
That's true, Amanda. Because I love being a villain. I enjoy it.
Really? Because a couple weeks ago, you were getting all bananas cool bullshit on us. With your, I'm not sure if I should still be a villain or not.
Well, as I remind you, Amanda, and all the folks at home, the reason why I went through that psychotic breakdown was because as to explained by me by Deadpool, was that I was losing touch with what is real and what is not. But as I elaborated last week, I am better now. I now know what is fake and what isn't. And what is fake is everything, including me.
I'm not sure that's exactly what you said last week, but okay. Let's get past all this bullshit and talk about the movie.
Yes, and about how when I first heard about this movie, I was excited because it's like finally a movie centered towards the villain.
Yeah, but it ain't a supervillain.
That's true. This is a fairy tale villain. And for a while in pop culture and stuff, fairy tale villains were the most popular type of villains. Until we kicked their asses. High five!
I'm not high-fiving you. Also, I thought it was horror movie villains that were more popular than the fairy tales.
Yes. First it was fairy tale villains, then it was the horror movie villains, but now it's our turn because superhero movies got all popular in the 2000s and thus led to supervillains being the most popular type of villain. Oh yeah.
So that means you have to thank those superhero movies that you hate so much Because without them, you wouldn't be so damn popular right now.
It's true. I do thank superheroes, or else I wouldn't be this popular.
Well, I don't mean you specifically being popular. I mean your kind, supervillains being popular.
Oh yeah, oh yes, supervillains. I am not popular because so far the only things I've been in is a cartoon, comic books, and a crappy show that got good at the end of the first season, but I still don't trust that it will get any better. So anyway, let's move on to the movie.
My God, we've been at this for almost 10 minutes and we haven't even got to the goddamn fucking indie movie.
Sorry. Also, this isn't an indie movie. It's made by Disney.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, so here it is, guys. Maleficent. Your initial thoughts.
Well, I thought that...
Can I interrupt you?
What?
Remember I was talking about how earlier I was looking forward to getting a movie about that was all about a popular villain?
Yeah, I remember.
Well, I was disappointed because this movie that's supposed to be about a popular villain is not about a popular villain.
Oh, really? Well, care to explain, honey?
Yes, I will explain. Because this movie was not about a famous villain. That villain being Maleficent. Yes, it's about Maleficent, but it's not about her being a supervillain. It's about her being a misunderstood anti-hero. God damn it.
Now what the hell is wrong with that, Puddin'?
Well, it's just that lately I feel like people keep putting a negative light on supervillains.
I know that. They're supposed to. Villains are supposed to be hated. They're supposed to get their asses beat by the superhero. That's how movies and stories usually work.
Yeah, but being a villain, I just naturally want to see villains be on top. And it's like, when I heard about the Sinister Six movie, I was like, yay, finally we're gonna get movies all about the villains. We got the Maleficent, about the famous villain Maleficent. We got the Sinister Six, that's all about the famous villains, Sinister Six. But now I hear that, the Sinister Six movie is going to be about their redemption. What? Redemption? What kind of bullshit is that?
Now, to be fair, there are a couple of Sinister Six members that have gone to the good side once in a while. Like the Sandman and Dr. Octopus.
Yes, I am aware of that. Some of them have become good guys. But what's the point of making a movie about supervillains if you're going to turn those supervillains into superheroes? And that's the same problem I have with this movie when I watched it. Because in my mind I was thinking, geez, they're gonna fuck up the Sinister Six. Good thing I have this movie to look forward to that's about a villain and only a villain being a villain. Nope, it's about a villain being a hero. A hero. They changed her into a hero.
Okay. Now, I agree with you, honey.
Oh, really? You do?
Yes, I don't believe it either. But here's the thing. Well, I see where you're coming from a story standpoint. Because when you think about the idea of making a Maleficent picture, all about Maleficent, you think to yourself, well, she's a supervillain. So maybe we will get to know more about her and about how she became a supervillain and how it was a tragic story. It was a tragic character arc about this villain origin that makes you not want to see her become a villain. But when it does, it becomes satisfying because you knew this was her destiny.
Yeah, like the Star Wars prequels.
Well, no, those things suck bitches. But the third one kind of did it all right. Like they showed us the rise and fall of Anakin Skywalker, and they showed how he became an evil motherfucker. And in this movie, we start out with her being a good guy. You know what I mean?
Yes, we start with her being this good little prissy girl. Are we gonna start the review now?
No, I'm trying to finish this thought here. Okay. So she starts out as a good girl, and throughout the movie, bad shit happens to her, and you think, oh, this is how she becomes the villain. This is very sad, and we're going to see her inevitable downfall because of it, and it makes you feel sorry for her and care for her, and you know that it's going to happen. She's going to die because she was too twisted in her ways.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too. Like, oh, it's sad that she's gonna die, but at least we got to see her glorified story.
Yeah, and instead of doing that, like giving us this tragic story about this good girl turning into this evil bitch who gets killed, instead what we get is a story about a good girl who turns evil a little bit and then becomes good, and then everybody lives happily ever after because she's good now. Again.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Instead of showing like a biopic about, hey, here's how this good character became evil, it was like, oh, she was just really evil a little bit. She's a hero the whole time. Yay, she's her hero. She was a good person.
I know what you're saying. This was a perfect opportunity to show the whole world, like, hey, here's the villain's perspective of everything. Like, here's what I'm talking about.
You know, maybe you should save these thoughts for the end of the review.
Okay. You better hope to hell that I don't forget them, or I'm gonna kick your ass.
Sorry, but we need to get rolling to the synopsis.
You mean those long-ass, hour-long synopses? Honey, please, if there were synopsises, they wouldn't be as long as the goddamn movie.
Sorry, that's just how I roll, sugar.
Hey, only I can call you sugar. Honey.
Okay. Okay, let's do this. Okay, the beginning of the movie.
Yes, the beginning of the movie.
Where we expect to see the traditional, Disney castle, but instead we see a different castle.
Yeah, we see the castle from the damn movie.
Yes, we see that castle instead, and we go, oh, that's clever. They're making variations and whatnot. Yeah. So after we see the Disney sequence of this different castle, then we get into the movie.
And we hear this annoying ass sounding narrator.
And I think she was doing a good job. She was giving exposition and stuff.
Yeah, exposition we can motherfucking figure out for our goddamn self.
Well, yeah, that's true, but you keep in mind that this is for kids. Okay? This is a kids' film. Even though there's a lot of violence.
Yeah, a lot of violence, goddamn.
So anyway, we're not really that much violence when I think about it.
Sure, but let's just keep going.
Okay, so we find out that the land that this movie takes place in is divided between the human palace and the creature forest. Like, there's a palace full of humans doing their human things, but then there's this forest right next to them with a bunch of these inhuman creatures, and they look all weird and freaky, and like, oh my gosh, I mean, they're original looking, like these unique looking elves, and these octopus fairies, and these weird bug fairies, and these frog pig things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, did I take LSD too early in this movie? I'm losing my shit, boys.
No, you ain't losing your shit. Those animators, they're the ones taking the LSD, coming up with this shit.
Yeah, you're probably right. Anyway, this magical land with all these magical abominations are ruled by this little girl.
Yeah, this little girl with these demonic-looking horns and this demonic-looking wings.
Yeah, but we're supposed to believe that she's a fairy. Yeah, she's a fairy. Even though she doesn't look like a fairy, she looks like a prepubescent succubus.
Yeah, succubus.
So anyway, this prepubescent succubus is the ruler of this land, and she's all happy, and she's ruling, and she's nice to everyone, and it's all happy. But then these three little CGI, weird-looking, uncanny valley things. Wait, are they also fairies?
No, they're pixies.
Wait a minute. Those three things, from the original Walt Disney picture, they were fairies. How come they're pixies now?
Because they wanted to differentiate them from the the Maleficent character.
Yeah, the prepubescent succubus.
Yeah, that bitch.
Yes, that a bitch. So yeah, what I don't understand is why did they make her a fairy and the other three little uncanny valley ladies pixies?
Because fairies are more badass than pixies.
I think Tinkerbell would argue with you on that. She's a little badass.
Well, excuse me, but I can take Tinkerbell on any time of any day. I can beat her little white ass up.
Oh dear. Okay. So anyway, back to the movie. So these three little pixie ladies that look like that look like those horrible abominations from Polar Express tell this little Maleficent girl that, oh, there's an intruder. He was trying to steal one of our things. So she goes to, with the help of her giant tree bodyguards.
Yeah, they be a couple of Groots.
Yeah, they're Groots. So these Groots help Maleficent track down this intruder. And this intruder is this boy that's the same age as Maleficent. You know what that means. Underdeveloped love, isn't it adorable?
Yeah, whatever.
So anyway, she makes him throw away the rock he was trying to take, and we never see the rock again, we also never see the idea of how these rocks are valuable.
Yeah, that plot point, gets thrown away, just like that rock.
Yes, and the boy tells Maleficent that he's from the palace and that he's a poor-ass boy, but someday he's going to be a part of royalty.
Yeah, just like everybody hopes, but most people will never achieve.
That's a very negative outlook on life.
It's the truth, motherfucker.
Oh, okay. So, anyway, back to the movie, so Maleficent, he doesn't understand his, material needs, like, oh, he's a material boy, and he apologizes for it, and he promises that he's going to meet with her every now and then, and he's not going to tell anybody. So he goes back to the palace, and then we cut to them being teenagers, and them kissing, and then it's like, oh, I wonder if they fucked.
I don't think so.
Okay, they didn't fuck. Whatever. So
maybe it's not compatible.
But yeah, you're right. Maybe they tried to fuck, but nothing happened.
This is a whole My God, this is a horrible conversation to have.
Yes, I know, I'm aware of it. So anyway, so then they cut immediately to the more future, where now Maleficent is an adult played by Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, that bitch.
Did you have to call every single do you have to call every single woman you see a bitch?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay, so anyway, back to the movie.
You just stop saying that. That's getting annoying.
So sorry, it's my natural mechanism or whatever you would call it. So uh, so now that Maleficent has grown up to be Angelina Jolie, the boy that she fell in love with named Stefan.
Yeah, his name is Stefan.
Stefan. So Stefan Urkel has grown up to become that guy who turned into the grasshopper alien thing in the District 9. That guy.
Copley or something?
Yeah, Copley. He grew up to become the crazy guy from the A-Team. Copley.
Not the old A-Team, the new A-Team.
Yeah, that guy. So anyway, so now that they're both grown up, the king of the human land has come over to say, hey, we hate you creatures. You screw off so we can territorialize more land for ourselves. And Maleficent is like nope. I'm gonna have my woodland buddies beat your ass. So she summons all of the Groots and this giant snake Groot, and they battle the kingdom, and the king barely gets away. He leaves like a little pussy, and Maleficent is like, good job, team. Yay, go Team Maleficent. And more time passes, and we see that this old king has grown old, and he's dying of a sickness.
He's probably dying of AIDS.
Yes, he's dying of AIDS, and his noblemen are in front of him, and he's like, oh, one of you people will inherit my throne because I never had any heirs. I never had any kids, which means that I was a virgin.
Yeah, he was a virgin probably, since he has no kids to inherit his throne.
Wait a minute. If he's a virgin, how did he get AIDS?
Monkey rape.
Yes, monkey rape. So this king that has been raped by a monkey. Oh my God. This thing is getting really dark and twisted. So the king, God damn it. So the king, says that one of his noblemen will inherit the throne, but it depends on which one does the most noble thing, and the most noble thing is to kill Maleficent. Oh no!
Yeah, so we see Stefan going back to the forest to get reunited with Maleficent.
Yes, and they go to this little river, and she falls asleep, and it's all cute, and she thinks that he's just warning him, when in reality he's clearly going to kill her.
Oh no, I thought he liked Maleficent.
He did, but it was also established that he also likes royalty. Like we saw earlier, when he was a little kid, he was trying to steal stuff to be rich, and he's still doing that. You know, he worked his way all the way to the king's throne. You know, he was the king's nobleman. Now he's trying to kill Maleficent so he can become king.
Ah, I see.
Yes.
So I get what they're doing. They're trying to make both sides look villainous. That way there's no bad guy.
Yeah, that's what they seem to be doing at the moment.
Yeah, but that gets all ruined later in the film.
Yes, that does get ruined. Anyway, we show that he's about to kill her, but then he can't do it.
Yeah, I got the feeling from this that he loved Maleficent too much, and that he had too much compassion to kill her, but not enough to completely screw her over.
Yeah, that's true. He still screws her over by chopping off her wings.
Yeah, and he takes that to the king and tells the king that he killed her.
Yeah, but wait a minute, that's not enough to suffice. That's like when Winona Ryder told the neighborhood that, hey, Edward Scissorhands is dead. See, I have his scissor hands. That means he's dead. Really, Winona Ryder? Is he really dead? I mean, is that really enough proof with these scissor hands that he's dead? How do we know he's still not alive up in that house? And she's like, shut up, Mom. Just accept what I said, so we can cut to the future where he's still alive, making snow and whatnot. Okay, so it's kind of like that. So the king bequeaths his crown to Stefan. Stefan becomes the new king of this human palace, and Angelina Jolie, Maleficent, is now depressed and sad because her wings have been cut off. I can relate to her. I'd be really sad too if I woke up and just to find out that someone chopped off my penis and balls.
Well, what about your gravity powers? What if those disappeared when you woke up?
I'd still be more concerned about the lack of penis and balls. So anyway, Maleficent is now all depressed because, her wings were chopped off. So she becomes this emo goth chick, and she doesn't want anyone to bother her, not even this raven and the raven says, nevermore. Okay, he doesn't say that because he's a raven, so he can't speak. But she follows the raven, and she sees the raven get caught by this peasant in the net. And I'm like, oh no, what is this peasant gonna do to the raven?
He's probably gonna violate it.
Can we stop going to this sexual violence? My gosh, this review is getting as dark enough as it is. So anyway, Maleficent decides to help the raven by using her fairy powers that are now apparently black magic powers to transform the raven into a naked Scottish man. And this naked Scottish man scares away the peasant because the peasant doesn't want to see he doesn't want to see a naked man. He's homophobic. Shame on you. I would be perfectly fine with looking at a naked man without being gay because I accept gays for who they are.
Okay, we get it. Back to the movie. God damn it.
So sorry. So the naked Scottish man is forever in debt to Maleficent, and he becomes her wings in a way. Like he's going to fly for her and spy around for stuff and whatnot.
Now, I don't understand this one thing. If she can make others shapeshift, why the hell can she not do that to herself?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if she could shapeshift, she could just shapeshift some new wings. She'd be perfectly fine. She could shapeshift to the same version of herself from before, except with wings.
Yeah, that's why she doesn't get to become a dragon in this version.
Yeah, you're right. In the original one, she could become a dragon for some reason. But in this one, she can't. She just has to stay herself. It's like, but I don't understand. She can make others turn into animals and stuff, like the Scottish naked raven man, but not herself. What gives?
I don't know. Let's just keep going.
Okay, so so the raven that he switches every now and then from a raven to a Scottish naked man with all these scars around his body for some reason. Why does he have these scars?
I don't know, but he sure is in need for some cocoa butter. Some nice cocoa butter. We'll get rid of those. We'll get rid of those scars lickety split.
Yeah, cocoa butter. So the raven in need of cocoa butter spies on the kingdom with the humans that now has the king, and the king is about to have a baby.
Oh, finally we get to the part that the original was about. The Sleeping Beauty.
Yes, the Sleeping Beauty. And so the word spreads around the kingdom about this princess that's going to inherit the throne someday, and the raven, he's Maleficent's eyes and ears. So he goes to Maleficent, tells her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to crash this party."
Yeah, she better bring some alcohol.
Yes, but she doesn't. So we see the people about to celebrate that are celebrating the birth of this baby, the king's baby, and I'm very disappointed that he didn't adapt that anthem that they showed in the original for this scene. You know, like "All hail the king, all hail the queen." It was very epic sounding, and instead they just have this generic sounding music.
Yeah, and they are. But keep in mind that this isn't supposed to be a direct adaptation. It's supposed to be a retelling.
Yeah, but they didn't retell it right.
We'll get into that later, honey sugar. Let's talk about this here some more.
Yes, let's. So we see the three. The thing about these pixies is that, wait a minute, I thought the kingdom hated these creatures. Why are they perfectly fine with letting these pixies in?
It's because it was too important for the original movie that they couldn't just get rid of it for this one.
You're probably right. So these three pixies, one is dressed in reddish pink, and one is dressed in blue, and one is dressed in green, and that one is played by a girl in her mid-20s, while the other two are old ladies the way you're supposed to be.
You're nitpicking.
Sorry. So anyway, these three fairies do what they were supposed to do in the original one, which is to give her gifts. And it's not these attainable gifts, it's like these magic gifts. And like the first one gives her beauty, and the second one gives her hope, or something, or something like that, or bravery. I don't know.
But ain't one of them supposed to give her like the ability to sing or something bullshit like that?
Yeah, in the original one, one of the fairies was supposed to give her the ability to sing. But I can understand why they didn't do that in this version.
Why?
Because it's not a musical.
Oh, that's why.
Yes. So, the third one is about to give her gift when all of a sudden, oh no, here comes Maleficent, and she's been fully transformed to the Maleficent we all know and love, with the big garb and the headpiece and this all gothic style clothing. She looks like this epic biker chick from hell with her big magic staff and her loyal crow who occasionally changes into a naked Scottish man, and
Well, he ain't naked all the time. He got some clothes.
Oh yeah, he got clothes, never mind. He's not a naked Scottish man. He's just a Scottish man. With scars and turns to Reagan. So anyway, she comes over to the king and and she's like, "Oh hey king, you used to be my ex, huh, king? And now you moved on to date this hussy and pop out this baby. Well, I hate this baby. Screw this baby. I'm gonna make her die."
Yeah, well, that's what she should have been if she hated the baby so much.
Yeah, instead of just killing her right then and there, she instead bestows a curse on her, and the curse is that on the girl's 16th birthday, her finger will strike a needle from one of those sewing things, and she will die.
That's overcomplicated. Why can't she just kill her right then?
Because Disney movies are all about these overcomplicated magical spells and whatnot.
You're right.
Yes, and the king begs for mercy.
Yeah, and this is what I had to feel like. Hey, this king is supposed to be like two. It's like he has more dimensions than two. He might be doing these bad things just to get up in the world, but he still has compassion. He's begging for Maleficent to not make it so with this curse.
Yeah, and that makes Maleficent decide to change the curse to how instead of her dying when she gets hurt by the needle, she'll just fall asleep forever.
Yeah, going the Snow White route.
Well, technically, the Snow White took the Sleeping Beauty route, but whatever. So she makes the curse that way, and it's just another way to make her more likable and not a villain.
Well, what do you mean?
Because in the original Disney movie, one of the pixies or fairies or whatever, the good ones, the blue one, bestows to her the gift of her not dying and instead, falling asleep. Whereas Maleficent had just made her, be dead. But in this version, Maleficent decides, no, I'm not going to make her die, I'm just going to make her fall asleep forever. And I'm like, oh great, you're showing us more mercy.
Well, that's to make her relatable.
Yeah, but they make her too relatable is what I'm saying. She's supposed to be a villain. I know we're supposed to hate the villain, but we're supposed to love hating the villain. Not love hating the villain at first, and then loving them because they're not hateful anymore. Oh my gosh.
Now, honey, let's keep going with this here movie.
Okay. So, anyway, so the king trusts the three fairies to look over the baby, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why would this king trust these fairies after one of the other types of magical creatures just cursed this friggin' baby? Oh my gosh.
It's trying to follow the original.
Yeah, but there's so many differences in other places. Like, why bother keeping this the same?
Whatever, let's just keep on going.
Okay, so he sends the fairies off to live in this little cottage where where the three fairies transform themselves into regular-looking human beings to raise the child.
Now, why the hell do they raise her in the same goddamn forest where Maleficent lives?
I don't know. So anyway, inevitably, the Maleficent finds them.
Yeah, because in the original movie, it wasn't until the day before Sleeping Beauty was supposed to get cursed. It wasn't until then that they were found out by the Raven. But in this version, these fairy pixie things are so stupid and much more bumbling in this version that they get found out day one, right then. That they get found out by the Raven. The Raven finds them out. Right when they move to the damn cottage. Yes, so this means that Maleficent gets to spy on her now. That creepy McCreep-a-lot. Yeah, she's creepy for doing that. And also, why is she doing this? Why doesn't she go ahead and kill the baby? Because she can't. The baby can only die 16 years from now. Ugh. My gosh, you are so unproductive, Maleficent. But I mean, at least she gets to make the most of her time by observing the baby that she's eventually gonna kill. Yeah, she observes the baby out of boredom, I guess, and she calls her Beastie. It's like a little pet name. And I'm like, oh no, I know how this movie's gonna turn out. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, it's coming. And also, why does she call him her Beastie when her name is Aurora? Aurora. Her name is Aurora? I thought it was just Sleeping Beauty. Nope, it's Aurora. The Sleeping Beauty is just the title of the movie, you dumb bastard. I mean, I bet you think that the Doctor is called Doctor Who also. Yeah, no, I don't. So anyway, so throughout the years, Maleficent is spying over the baby, and the baby gradually grows into a girl, and that makes sense since humans usually do that in real life over time, and at first Maleficent just spies on the baby to make fun of her, but then she decides to secretly raise the baby behind the pixies' backs. Yeah, she does this because the pixies are these stupid bumbling bitches. My god, they are too stupid to raise this baby. Yeah, at least, yeah, they were all too bumbling in the original animated movie, but at least then they were still able to successfully watch over her. In this version, they're so bad that the lady who's trying to kill the baby is a better mother than them. Yeah, that's how stupid these three pixies are. Well, at least they're not Uncanny Valley pixies anymore. They're just human actor pixies. Yeah, there's that. So anyway, we see a montage of the baby growing up, getting older, becoming a toddler, becoming a little girl, becoming a preteen, and the narrator says, and eventually she grew up. And then we see the preteen become a teenager. Well, she's grown up. That was such a drastic change in age. I'm trying to say that it wasn't by much is what I'm saying. Yeah. And so now she's 16. Yes. As most Disney princesses are. That's really weird. That all Disney princesses are basically teenagers, and that they turned out to be the fab material for these 40-year-old men. Just stop it, 40-year-old men. Stop it. Stop it. Bad. Those are underage girls. My gosh, you are perverts. Can we get back to the movie? Yeah, yes, we can. So anyway, now that Aurora has grown up to this teenager, she is obviously smart enough to figure that someone is watching her. And instead of calling 911 to tell them that this freaking predator has been following me all my life, please help before I
before I get violated, she likes Maleficent.
Yeah, she even believes that Maleficent is her fairy godmother.
Yeah, that got a chuckle, that got a laugh from my audience.
Yeah, mine too. Because it's funny because that's the wrong movie.
Yeah. That's the next Disney remake of a classic animated film. The Cinderella, that's the next one. Hey, how do you think that's gonna be?
I don't know, maybe it'll suck less than this movie.
Okay. So anyway, back to this Disney remake of a classic animated fairy tale princess film. Well, that was a mouthful. The Maleficent has grown, who has grown on Maleficent. It's like, at first, Maleficent was just making these riffs, MST3K style, to this baby, but after time, she's grown to like the aura. So she decides to accept her title from Aurora as her godmother, even though that's ripping off another fairy tale. But whatever. So they have fun. They have mud fights with the weird frog pig people and the octopus fairy things, and then they're having a good old gay old time.
You mean the Flintstones version of gay old time?
Yeah, as in a happy old time. Not a homosexual old time, but I'd be perfectly fine with that because I accept homosexuality.
You're doing that again.
I'm sorry, I'm all over the place in this episode. My gosh. So anyway, but do you know who's not having a gay old time or a happy old time?
King Stefan.
Yes, King Stefan, whose insanity is consuming him, because he looks at the wings that he cut off of Maleficent years ago, and he imagines her speaking to him, and he's getting all crazy.
Yeah, I would say that him getting losing his insanity is trying to show like see, he's a breakable character, but he can still be redeemed. But then one of his noblemen come. Oh my gosh.
Yes, a nobleman comes and says that they need the king for something. And the King Stefan says, oh, well, someone better be dying. And they said, yes, someone is dying. Your wife, the queen, she's dying.
Yeah, the queen. Hey, we didn't get to see much of this queen in this movie.
Yeah, we saw her a little bit during the baby shower scene. The party scene. She and with what little we do see of her, we do know, my gosh, she is so hot. Why is the king letting her die?
Because, oh my god. I kept trying to defend this king because, he was a good guy in the original movie.
Yes, he was. He might have been bumbling at times, and he looked like this happy-go-lucky hippie, but he was lovable. But this version of King Stefan, he's a jerk.
Yeah, but I had the feeling that we were supposed to still, feel for him, to still relate to him. But as the movie goes on, he becomes less and less relatable. Like, he's letting his wife die right now because he's too busy talking to a couple of wings.
Yeah, and they're not even chicken fried wings. They're regular fairy wings that are not edible. My gosh, he needs to set his priorities.
Yeah, and we don't even hear about this queen anymore for the rest of the movie. So not even the movie gives a shit about her dying.
Yeah, so we're just left to assume that she dies. So anyway, so now Maleficent has grown to really like Aurora, to the point where now when Aurora is sleeping, Maleficent decides to take away the curse.
Yeah, because she is becoming a good guy instead of a villain.
Yes, and but instead of the curse going away, it still has to happen because a part of the spell that she put for the curse said that no one can undo this curse. No one, including her.
I don't remember her saying that, but whatever.
Yeah. Apparently, it means no one can do it, not even her. So the curse is going to happen whether she wants it to or not. And she's all depressed, like, God damn it, everyone I love dies or becomes a jerk or something. And then we cut to Aurora, meeting the prince.
Yeah, the prince from the other town.
And yes, finally at the halfway at this point of this movie, we get to the part that the other movie started at around.
Well, not exactly, but it's somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's probably around the middle too. Anyway, so we see the prince, and I'm getting this really creepy vibe because the prince is played by this 24-year-old, and Aurora is played by this 16-year-old, and I'm like, my God, this is creepy. Now I know why most teenager characters get casted, like they're played by actors in their 20s. Because when you cast an actor who actually is a teenager to play a teenager, things can get very creepy very fast.
Yeah, those creepy motherfucker Disney cartoon people, writers.
But let's not blame that. Let's blame casting. So anyway, they look at each other and they get the giggles and puppy love and whatever. And then she runs away because she's all shy and stuff. And he's like, God damn it! I can't catch a break. I'm never gonna get laid. So he goes on his horse and gallops away. And Maleficent sees the whole thing. And the Raven does. And the Raven tells Maleficent that, hey, maybe this prince will break the curse.
I don't think you've gone through this whole. I don't think you have brought up what is supposed to break the kiss.
Yeah, the thing that's supposed to break this kiss is it's supposed to be true love's kiss.
Yeah, like most Disney pictures, including the original one that this is based on. So it's okay.
Yes, but Maleficent says that the reason why she made it true love first kiss is because she doesn't believe in true love's first kiss because she was heartbroken by Stefan who chopped off her country fried chicken wings. So anyway, she pouts off in an emo huff, and then we see the three pixies have a birthday surprise for Aurora, showing like, hey, look, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, by the way, your parents are not dead. They're actually they're actually king and queen of this royal palace, and you're the princess, and you're going to die because of Maleficent. Oh, whoops! That just slip of the tongue. Whoops! And Aurora is like, oh no, what? Oh no, my fairy godmother lied to me. She wasn't my fairy godmother. She was my fairy bitch mother who was trying to kill me. I don't trust her anymore. So the fairies send her back to the castle where she can be safe from Maleficent and any of those nasty sewing things with the pointy thing.
Yeah, those things.
And we see the king getting ready to kill Maleficent, and then by playing a game of Risk.
Why would you play the Risk board game at a time like this?
But then Aurora comes to get reunited with her father. So she hugs King Stefan, and I'm like, oh, the King Stefan, hug her back. Hug her back, King Stefan. That's your daughter. Like, hug her back because she's hugging you. You haven't seen her in 16 years. Why are you not hugging her back? Why are you not even fazed by the fact that she's back? Oh, that's right, because you're a dick. They made King Stefan a dick. They made her a dick.
Yeah, he's become really unrelatable now. It's like all this shit that he's gotten. He apparently he can't handle it. So the only way he can handle it is by becoming a crazy douche.
Yes, he doesn't give two shits about her being back. He just has her be like locked up in a room, safe. He's like, oh, hi, daughter that I haven't seen in 16 years. Go way over there while I kill this magic bitch. Yeah, that's basically.
Yeah, that is basically what happens.
Yes. Yes. And do you know what? I have a theory as to why this version of King Stefan is such an evil, soulless douchebag, while the animated version of King Stefan was a nice hippie-like, happy-go-lucky man. And you know the reason why? Why? Because the king from the other palace was in the original movie. He was this happy, bumbling old man that was the father of the prince, and he was like and he was having all these comic relief scenes with King Stefan, and they were having a happy time, and there was this guy who was drunk because he was drinking too much wine, and he wasn't in this movie either. But what I'm mostly angry about is that this bumbling fat king is nowhere seen in the movie. He's just mentioned by the prince, and that's why King Stefan is a douche, because if he hung out with that king like he did in the original animated movie, he would have been more mellow, you know. He would have been more happy, you know. He would have smoked some weed. He would have been all fine and okay, instead of being this heartless bastard.
I don't know if you have a point there or not, but well, whatever. Let's just move on.
Okay, so as I said before, Maleficent's curse is still in effect on Aurora, which means that it has to happen no matter what. So the curse causes Aurora to become a zombie and walk towards the nearest sewing machine thing, and so she gets unfreed by this unknowing fat maid, and she stumbles upon this place where they had burnt all of those sewing machine things, you know, to keep her from being killed by them. But there's one still intact, and she pricks her finger, which means that the curse has been activated. It's now a go, people. It's now a go. She is now officially cursed, and she falls asleep.
Yeah, that's what's supposed to happen. That's why the original movie was called Sleeping Beauty, because that's what's supposed to happen.
Yes, and that's what happens here. But Maleficent is like, oh no, hey Raven, what were you saying about that horny boy that wants to kiss Aurora? Maybe that will work. Screw it, it's worth a shot. So they take the unconscious prince that she has knocked out to the castle, but there's guards and stuff, and they get through. And they get through, and they go through like this, like all these spikes, these metal spikes, because that's like her weakness. That her kryptonite is spikes for some reason, or the iron spikes, right?
Yeah, it's iron. And now she has to maneuver her way through these spikes. And it's almost like a secret agent sequence.
Yeah, it's like a spy thriller sequence. Dun 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 do 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 do. Yeah, yeah. So she makes it through, and the Aurora has been placed in bed, and because she's forever asleep right now, and the three pixies that have been transformed back into Uncanny Valley abominations are all sad because they fucked up, because they should be sad, because they were very horrible parents.
Yeah, but the writers purposely made them horrible parents just to make Maleficent a better parent.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. So anyway, so Maleficent sneaks in with the prince, and he wakes the prince up, and then she hides, because everyone hates her now. Well, they always did, but more now. So the prince wakes up, and she sees. He sees. Sorry, he's not a girl. He's a boy. The prince sees Aurora asleep, and I'm not sure if he knows about the curse or not. But he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kiss her while she's sleeping. This isn't date rape." So he kisses her, and the pixies that explained to her that he was. I just remember they were the ones who explained to him that she is not. That he is not, that she is cursed to be always sleeping. So that means that it's not date rape. Yay! So, but the kiss doesn't work. Is what I'm saying.
I called it.
Yeah. As soon as they were building up that he was going to kiss her, I knew what was going to happen. This was getting kind of predictable. I knew that. Oh, wait a minute. He's not, the kiss isn't going to work. And do you know why I knew it?
I knew why too. Do you want to say it together?
No, because it's impossible for us to talk in unison because we were voiced by the same person.
Okay, I'll say it then. It's because Frozen already did it.
Yes, Frozen already did this plot point. Where you think it's going to be the kiss between the love interest and the princess, but it's not. It's actually from some way else. It's actually through a different way, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah. So the pixies are all pissed, so they push the prince away. And this leaves Maleficent alone with Aurora, and Aurora has become a daughter to her, and she's become a mother to her. So she's all guilty that she gave her this curse back when she was a biker chick. So she kisses her on the forehead to apologize, and I knew this was going to happen because. Lo and behold, she wakes up.
Yeah, she wakes up. But wait a minute. She wakes up later.
Yeah, that's what I meant. She wakes up later. Because, yeah, we already knew this was going to happen because we already saw it done on Frozen.
Yeah, but it was different in that one. You see, in Frozen, the curse, or the spell or whatever, was to be broken only by an act of true love. It's not by a kiss. So the princess thinks it's going to be the kiss between her and that ice block guy, or they're about to do that kiss. But instead she decides to sacrifice her life for her sister, and that's what breaks the curse. That was the act of true love that broke the curse. Here it's different. Here it's still a kiss that's supposed to break the curse, but it's still the same principle where, like, instead of it being between the be, be, being between the princess and the love interest, in this case being the prince, it's between the princess and a relative, which in this case is her godmother. I have these quotation marks around godmother.
Yeah, it's basically the same damn thing.
We know what's gonna happen now. I mean, she's still asleep, but we know she's gonna wake up because, because Maleficent was the one who was the true love kiss. Anyway, ugh. The reason why I hate it is not because I don't like mother-daughter love. It's because they keep trying to make the Maleficent into this heroic, redeemable lady. Like, no, I wanted her to be the badass villain, the cold, heartless villain that I grew up to love. Ugh. And to make matters worse, as we discussed before, she's not the one who becomes the big badass dragon. It's the raven that can turn into a Scottish man with scars.
Yeah, it's him. And he's fighting the people, but there's no point because he doesn't die. He just fights the people just so you can have that same dragon fight from the first one.
Yeah. And then the king comes, and he's become completely irredeemable now because he wants nothing more than to kill her. So he takes his sword and he gets all stabby. And as we predicted, Aurora wakes up because we know who really kissed her. It was Maleficent. And now Aurora stumbles upon the wings. She just so happens to stumble upon the wings coincidentally.
Yeah, and for some reason, the wings are now sentient, even though they weren't supposed to. But even though they weren't before, but now all of a sudden the wings are perfectly sentient now. Like they can function.
Yeah, and she frees the wings, and I'm confused because wait a minute, the wings never did that before, and this isn't like when you cut off a chicken's head and the chicken is still running for a few more minutes. It's not like that because it's been a decade and a half. The wings should be like all crippled up and not working, but they do work, and they fly towards Maleficent, and they merge with her, and now she has her wings back all of a sudden. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Let's just keep chugging along through this movie.
Okay. So the King Stefan keeps fighting with Maleficent. Then we get some cool aerial fighting, but it doesn't save it doesn't save how underwhelming this climax is because we already know what's going to happen by this point.
Yeah, we do. Well, although we don't really know what's going to happen to King Stefan, because I still rooted for him still being a redeemable character.
Yeah, because Maleficent gives him a chance, because Maleficent has the chance to kill him, but she doesn't. She shows him mercy, like how he showed her.
And it was at this point that I thought, finally, this is the point where he can redeem himself. So he can be still that happy-go-lucky version of King Stefan we saw in the first movie, where he can make up with Maleficent. And things can be nice again. You know?
Yes, I do know. But they don't go that route. Instead, they just keep King Stefan being a cold, heartless douchebag, and he decides to try to kill Maleficent again.
God damn it! You know, as soon as a hero shows mercy to a villain, and then that villain decides to not take advantage of this second chance at life and keeps trying to kill the hero, you know that villain's gonna die. And he does. He falls to his death like just about every Disney villain. Ugh. Yeah, a lot of Disney villains die. You know, you technically owned by Disney now. Does that mean that you're gonna die that way by falling? No, because I can control gravity. Oh right, I keep forgetting that. So do I. So anyway, so now King Stefan is dead, and now they cut to the forest where we find out that everything is fine and happy in the forest. And I'm like, wait a minute, what about the kingdom? The kingdom was like all hell broke loose in the kingdom. Aren't you going to show us the aftermath of that? Nope. The narrator just says that the kingdom and the forest have been merged, and now they're in harmony now. Yeah, but we don't show them being in harmony. We just show the forest part being all happy. Yeah. So now Maleficent is back to her normal self of being a happy fairy, and she rubs it in to the pixies that she was a better mother than the pixies. Yeah. Way to rub it in on the pixies. I mean, it's bad enough that they're uncanny valley abominations, but you have to make them feel bad about it. Yeah, and we find out that the narrator is an older version of Aurora. Yeah, so we get baby Aurora, we get toddler Aurora, we get we get preteen Aurora, we get teenage Aurora, and we get old lady Aurora. And yet we don't get regular young adult Aurora or middle-aged Aurora or, basic adult Aurora, an appropriate age for me to be attracted to. Thank you very much. Why would you be attracted to a 16-year-old? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they should have showed her older so I could be attracted to that. Man, you got some crazy demands from your movies. I'm a crazy person like that. I'm a supervillain, and I'm proud of it, unlike Maleficent, or at least this version of Maleficent, because then the narrator says, this story couldn't have been possible without neither villains nor hero, a villain and a hero at the same time, actually. And that villain and hero was Maleficent. And I call bull on that, because Maleficent wasn't a villain and a hero in this movie. She was just a hero. She was a villain for like 2 seconds, and then she was a hero throughout. That's how I view this movie. They turned one of the greatest villains of all time into a prissy hero. Ugh. Well, she was gonna be prissy either way. Yeah, that's not what I'm pissed about. I'm just pissed about her being a hero. God damn it. Yeah, and then they end the movie. Yeah, but not before showing the prince again, because the prince is all like, "Hey, I know I didn't turn out to be your true love, realistically, because that's how actual relationships work. Like, you're not supposed to meet your true love right when you meet them. I know I didn't turn out to be your true love, but can we still date? But can we still go out? Or like have some milkshakes somewhere or something?" I mean, and Aurora looks like Maleficent, and Maleficent is like, whatever. It's the end of the movie. Let's stop giving a fuck. So they end the movie. Finally? Yeah. And then we hear in the credits, we hear a rendition of that classic Sleeping Beauty song. You know that song that you hear all the time during those during the merry-go-rounds. Do 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 do. You know that.
but they make it all deary, like. I mean, I liked it, but you know, it's not enough to make me not pissed about this movie. So now that we're done, you know, going over the, you know, breaking to pieces this movie, let's go on to that point I was trying to make. Okay, fine. Make your point. Okay. So you got the original movie with the villain being just this one-dimensional villain. Like you don't get really much of a reason why she's doing this evil thing. You just know she's just here to do it because you know you need the curse in the first place. Yeah, you need a villain to for the knight in shining armor to stab. Yeah, that's basically it. And when I heard about this new movie coming out, I thought that what they were going to do is they were going to take this opportunity to flesh her out so that you knew why she became a villain and you would understand why she became a villain and you would feel sad when she became a full-fledged villain and be heartbroken when she tragically dies at the end. Because you know that she was too consumed by her rage to handle it. If you know what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I mean. And it would have been a first for Disney. You know, where you felt not only where you felt for the villain, but also the main character of your movie died. Yeah, that would have taken Disney a lot of balls to do. But instead of doing that, they don't do that. Instead, what they do is they change all the parts with her into her being a hero. I mean, she's a villain during the first parts of the original movie, you know, where she's supposed to be a villain. But then they begin to, you know, make her more of a hero again. And they make her more, they redeem her, and they make her a hero, and they bring back her wings, and they completely de-villainize her to the point where she's redeemed and she's a hero again. And that seemed like a missed opportunity, because that could have been a chance to show kids like, hey, not everyone you meet that's a bad person, is going to change back to a good guy. They're going to stay a bad person. But not with Maleficent. They just change her back to a good guy. Yeah, they change her back into a hero. Ugh. She even looks like the way she did before she turned evil at the end of the movie. Ugh. Yeah, and also I thought that this could be a chance to show the audience that like, hey, the world isn't black and white. Like, maybe there is no villain in the movie. What are you saying? What I'm saying is they could have also done it this way. They could have made it to where there was no definite villain or definite hero. Like, everybody has their own cause, their own point of view, and those points of view just clash. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do. I recently saw X-Men Days of Future Past. Yeah, it's like that. There were no real villains in that movie. Everybody just had their own point of view that the other person was bad, even though they didn't realize it. And I thought that's how they could do it in this movie, where King Stefan thought that what he was doing was good, but he also thought that what Maleficent was doing was bad. And Maleficent would have thought that what she was doing was good, but what she would have thought that what King Stefan was doing was bad. And at first they do it that way, but then they just turn King Stefan into the flat out villain of this picture. Yeah, they turned him into the villain. It's like they thought, like, hey, we're gonna take the villain of Sleeping Beauty and make her the hero of the story. So who are we gonna make the villain? Because the movie needs a villain. Okay, well let's take King Stefan. Let's take the happy-go-lucky guy from the first movie, and let's make him a horrible, crazy, evil bastard. And that's what they did. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like villains, and I like that King Stefan is now a badass villain. But they killed him off, and they made him look like a jerk for it, and this movie is taking a lot out of me, out of how much disapprovalness I have against it. It's not rage, it's disapproval. I disapprove of this movie. Ugh. Yeah. So, how about we go ahead and rate this movie? Yeah, okay. Amanda Waller. Yes? Do you think that the audience should either watch this movie or, I don't know, get eaten by that weird flying fish, that weird fish whale flying thing that Aurora was petting? I don't know. I'm too pissed to come up with a good alternative. How about this? I don't think they should watch this movie. Me neither. They should do the other thing that like battle angry thorns. I don't know. Okay? I didn't like the movie. I don't recommend it. Neither does Amanda Waller. They made Maleficent the good guy. They made her the hero. They made her they purposely made her more likable than all the other characters, to the point where they had to ruin the other characters. They had to make Stefan an unlikable douche. They had to make the Pixies look even more incompetent than they already were in the first movie, and they took away the lovable, bumbling, fat king that I loved, and I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it. That's okay, baby. Maybe my boyfriend can fill in for you next time. No. I already had the feeling last time. Here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna take a break so I can gather myself. So the next movie won't be until a while from now. It's going to be that movie where Mark Wahlberg starts a farm to raise a bunch of transforming dinosaurs, or whatever that movie's about. That's going to be my next movie. But that's a long time away. Why don't you have my boyfriend fill in for you? He needs some work. He needs to get out of the house sometime. Look, I'll sort it out with your boyfriend later. Maybe we can work out a deal for something. I don't know. Okay, good, because he needs to work, goddammit. Okay, fine. Tune in next time, guys. I have a headache. So are you? Were you serious about giving my boyfriend his own show? Yeah, sure. He can have his own spin-off, whatever. We'll call it the Blob Show or something. I don't know. Leave me alone. I have to deal with this headache. Not until you get it in writing. Okay, I'm gonna write it right now. Dr. Franklin Hall, hereby grant the Frederick Blob Dukes his own spin-off show, where he can review his own movies that I do not review. There, are you happy? Yes, I am.